Hello, my fellow puppy punters. Story time. Gather around, boys and girls. I tell you the story of Filthy Casual. The year was 2020. Modern Warfare 1 had released its free-to-play Battle Royale mode of Warzone, and I was stuck inside because of COVID for what I thought would just be a cool 2 weeks off of school. I had started a duo game, and somewhere in the game we see a loadout drop and we run to it. Now, for those of you who don't know, a loadout drop is a mechanic in the game where you're able to collect your main weapons from the main game that can be upgraded and are far better than the average floor loot weapons. I hadn't played Modern Warfare 1, only the free-to-play Warzone mode, so my teammate got his loadout and I just stuck to the somewhat better dogshit guns that I had. The guy told me to get a loadout, but I told him that I'll stick to my guns because I was a casual. Dude started to get really mad at me, yelling at me and telling me to just pick it up, just pick one up. Then out of nowhere, these two 60 Hz warlords come out and proceed to just wipe us. This guy gets so angry, he begins to yell and scream at me through the mic, saying things that will not only get this video theoretically demonetized, but my whole future career game ended. Now, at this time, I'm a 14-year-old kid during COVID who lived in Discord and played free-to-play multiplayer video games. I had heard worse. But this guy proceeded to say a golden phrase that would define my future. He called me. No. He yelled at me. You filthy fucking casual! When that golden phrase whizzed past my ears, I bursted out laughing in tears, man. I had never heard this kind of phrase said with so much genuine malice and hatred. It killed me. A couple months later, I got my first gaming PC. And as a rite of passage, of course, I had to make my Steam account. And when it asked me for a username, I knew exactly what it had to be. Except throughout this video, you'll see me as Scruggs101, since changing your name on Activision requires knowledge beyond a 30-second attention span. So, heads up. 3 years later, after 3 iterations, we are playing Modern Warfare 3.0, playing off the Modern Warfare 2/3 engine. I actually have a fair amount of hours in Warzone. I mainly play things like Apex Legends, but there's something about Warzone's gameplay and nut-cracking difficulty that attracted me. 40-minute ass long games with a TTK faster than a Dream apology tweet. I play the game until I'm pretty much sick of it. Yeah, this is like high school levels of toxic relationship. But my god, I'm sadistic. Warzone is a battle royale with 150 players. Ooh yeah, that's 50 more than your average BR. If you think that's a lot of players, you'll love to hear this. If you die in the game isn't over. You get thrown into a Russia-style gulag where you get into a 1v1. Where if you win, you get sent back into the game for another try. Which, not to toot my own horn or anything, I never lose. I've got that dog in me. And there's also a currency system in this game that can also be used to buy back dead players. So there is a large amount of players in the game at all times. So firefights are common, as well as 3rd, 4th, and 5th parties. So be prepared. One of the main mechanics in the game revolves around a currency system, cold hard cash. You can use money to buy skill streaks such as UAVs that track the movements of enemy players in your area, loadout weapons, supplies, self-revives, and even drone strikes.
Mark to target.
As well as previously mentioned, you are able to buy back dead teammates. You can collect money by finding it on the floor and in buildings, as well as killing other players. And contracts. Contracts are yet another unique mechanic to Warzone. They are inherently optional tasks that can be done mid-game. Contracts such as going to a station, uploading something, to hunting down weapon caches, or even hunting down specific players in the game. Completing these nets you big money and loot payouts, which will help you prepare for the endgame.
Don't kill me.
My personal favorite mechanic in the game is the proximity chat.
Thank you. I'm really sorry. I know that was dangerous. Thank you.
Non, je me suis trompé. Putain.
Which is exactly what it sounds like. If you are in close enough proximity to someone, you can hear their mic and whatever it is they are saying.
No. Come on.
Marking enemy. Marking enemy.
Oh, you lucky, you bitch.
This is just an awesome mechanic since most modern games have basic social features and by default have a lot of these social features already turned off, which makes growing and having fun in games communities even more difficult. I don't care if I run the risk of incoherent violation of my eardrums and smoke alarms. I want to hear the funny rage scream and someone's TikTok through game chat. It is so much fun. But all of this also incorporates a huge ass map. This iteration of the map is of the fictional country of Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan? Is Uzbekistania? Is it even real?
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel
This map is a little smaller than the last iteration of Al Mazrah, but fuck Al Mazrah, it was fun for like a week and then I got tired of it. I hate the color yellow and deserts. It's the worst color in history, it's the worst biome, and it's so boring. The worst part of many games are in deserts, like ew. Uzbekistan is actually a pretty good map and I really enjoy it. The best parts of each Warzone map, not as huge as Verdansk or just pure city, or like Vanguard, which is just all terrain and bushes.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Or as mind-numbing as Al Mazrah. I do believe this is the best iteration of the Warzone maps, and I really hope they can iterate on this map, or at least make it the baseline for the next map coming next year. And in a nutshell, that's Warzone. But how do you win? First order of business is don't play squads. Playing squads in Warzone is just flat out miserable. Like, let me explain. In a game where there's a large amount of players at all times, as well as in a game where players can revive their teammates mid-fight, providing there's a buy station nearby, the best tactic most couch-leaning 30-year-old dads can muster is rushing into a single room, single file line until one of them kills someone. Having that happen with 3 other players, but then 4 other teams in the area hear this commotion, get super horny, and proceed to do the same thing. It's not actually that fun, and it's very unlikely you'll actually come out on top.
Yeah, I got my own thing going on.
Nice one.
And you probably don't even have that many friends. So just stick to duos, trios, or maybe even solos. So start up the game, wait in the lobby. Wait in the lobby even more, and wait in the lobby even more for the people who don't have an SSD. The worst cutscene known to man, that almost never changes, has very minimal variation, has Graves, who I thought died in the last game.
Heard you died in a tank in South America. Well, I wasn't in that tank.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Just talks and talks and repeats the same line, and it can't be skipped. Like, I'll take a 15-second black screen over this. Like, oh my goodness. You're on the plane, look where the zone is heading, and plan out your route. I'd recommend dropping down anywhere where there's a hunt contract. It's a free ping on an enemy, and it gives you an actual goal for you and your team to go for. In Warzone, there's a lot of downtime, so having something to strive for is important, whether it be getting into zone, doing one of the contracts, or making a planned loot pattern to collect money. Remember to always stay on the move and do something. This will help you prepare for the end game, which we'll get into later. But no matter what you do, even if you are the Rat King, with the amount of players in the game and in the zone, you will have to get into a fight. And honestly, a lot of it comes down to just game sense and learning the mechanics of the game. Things like positioning and recoil. Doesn't mean I can't give any tips though. 9 out of 10 times, the best position is the high ground. So, whether it be sticking up on someone or mid-fight, getting it to high ground or somewhere where it's easier for you to shoot them is best. Stealth is also a very viable option since the audio in the game is, well, shit. And no golden meta gun is going to matter if you shoot them in the back. You can also use the aforementioned proximity chat to your advantage to locate where enemies are if they are being noisy. Just be careful though, since enabling proximity chat goes both ways. If you use proximity chat in the game will turn on proxy chat for you. In other words, players will also be able to hear you if you can hear them. Unless you also mute your mic, but don't tell anyone I told you that. Also, niche combat tip, but if someone is fighting inside of an enclosed room, running and jumping un-ADS'd across the door is an easy way to peek in and see where exactly the enemy is. This also works in normal combat to make you harder to hit. But I mean, you could also just, you know. But what if you lose and get thrown into the gulag anyway? Well, let the gulag king tell you how it's done.
Alright, bro. Let's go. You want to be in the kill compilation?
What right now?
It's a 1 versus 1, so all you have to worry about is the one other player. One tip is running straight into the middle and listening for where they are coming. I know I just mentioned how shitty the audio in Warzone is, but you should at least be able to hear their general direction, since a lot of players also wait a couple seconds for the throwables to charge before going in, so this gives you a small advantage. Playing aggressive is also a good choice, since this is the last chance for players before getting booted out of the game. They will play more passively, so just take it easy. Take control of space, establish presence so that they don't take the zipline out of the arena, and just react to what they do, and you should be fine. Oh, and shotgun. Speaking of guns, God, that was smooth. Honestly, as a filthy casual who refuses to pay almost $80 for a glorified DLC pack, I don't know much about the weapon meta in Modern Warfare 3. But looking at the charts, I'm not alone. But I am someone with a fair amount of experience in Warzone, so I can say that generally any assault rifle and SMG that has attachments and can ADS quickly, as well as a generally quick fire rate and good range, is alright in my book. Although the game does provide pre-made loadouts, and the weapons in there are alright. They do the job and they also come with perks, so if you see a free loadout drop, take the chance. I generally recommend running AR and SMG since most fighting will be done in close quarters. Some will be done in longer distances, but you should try to avoid being in those situations, and trying to close the gap between you and your opponent anyway. Now we get into the end game. Finding and defending a god spot is pretty much the key to winning. And you can also run sniper if you do find yourself in a strong position and find the need to defend it. I wouldn't recommend actually trying to kill enemies from those positions, as you yourself could get knocked.
Nice one.
But firing a couple rounds and peppering at players can help establish presence, as in, get away from this spot, it's mine. Using skill streaks and having gas masks at this part of the game will be vital. Using precision airstrikes on buildings or god spots, or using mortar strikes on the new god spots that are appearing in the zone as it moves, so that none of the other teams can establish themselves out there. And make sure to keep your back to the wall and cover so that you have less angles to worry about. Now all you have to do is third party the last two teams, hit your shots, and with a little bit of luck, get the win.
Primary objective complete.
Nice! Fuck yeah.
And now that's how you win at Warzone. There is still a lot of tips and tricks that I can talk about, and we could be here all day, including one filthy secret that can be applied to any video game. It's my own little secret, but I think I'll hold on to it for now. Even if I wanted to share it, I don't think I could. But who knows? Maybe down the road I can reveal it somehow. I could make another video on Warzone when there is enough new content to talk about. If only we can give her a dance back one day.
That's over now! They stole it from me, Karma! They took it! That was today! Today!
But the best tip I can give right now is to just play with friends, or even a pre-made squad. Playing with friends is just awesome. Helps keep the good vibes going, and it helps with the boring downtime, as well as better coordination with your team. And because of the proximity chat, it can help lead to some hilarious moments.
Hey, fuck off, bitch. Fuck
Yo, shut the fuck up, kid.
Shut up. Eat this dick.
Dumbass. It was actually horrible at the game.
Also, shout out to my boy Rusty for playing with me on this video, because he made it so much more fun when everyone else was just playing Lethal Company. I know, I just had to get this video out in time.
Sure, some of us may not have the luxury of any friends or the social skills to make any. But sites like Discord have channels where you can join in, find other players to play with, and who knows, maybe even befriend. Just make sure not to check Discord mid-fight, unless you're me.
Enemy movement. Nice one.
Well, if you actually made it this far into the video, well, first, thank you. I really appreciate it. I have more videos cooking right now, and they should be out quicker. So, like, comment, subscribe, click that Liberty Bell, all that mojo, you know. And for making it this far into the video, I'll give you a hint for what my next one is. It's not Apex Legends, but it might as well be Apex Legends. It'll make sense, I swear. And some of you may have already caught on. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you casuals in the next one. Bye.
Imagine one day you're sitting in Paris, you're sitting there having a fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown out. You're gonna stand there and be like, waiting to die like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be like, bang, oh, I've seen that before. Okay, boom, boom, duck and dive in, take one terrorist out, next get the AK, go Rambo, take out all of fucking Pakistan like a G. I don't play games.